about the nice El Camino. You want to know how she turned out? Stay tuned. Hello Utopians and fellow hobbyists, model car fanatics and just people out there watching my show. Well, this is another episode. I hope you all have a nice project on your bench. My bench is empty now because I finished just a project and it's an El Camino and it's an AMT kit. It has some challenges, I will not lie, but overall good looking car. So, like I mentioned, I started this AMT 1959 El Camino kit actually because Pete from Pete's Model Car Customs had one on his bench and she looked really gorgeous. The build started by building and painting the engine first. I was aiming for a daily driver. So this engine was pretty much left original and of course had some mileage on it. Next step was getting the chassis ready. I loaded the suspension and also wetted the belly, which was a lot of fun. After the engine and the chassis had their marriage, I used my magnetic jig to get the wheels on. At this point I still had no real vision what I want to do with the body, so I started with the interior. The interior had actually these nice structures on the seat and on the floor, but also two really nasty sink marks. Now, if I would sand them, I will never get the original structure back. So I went to my vacuum former and created this sheet. Now it was just a question of cutting out the right size and gluing it in place. Now, like I said, this kit has some issues, and one of it is it had no decals for the gauges in the kit. So I painted the dashboard. While I was waiting for the paint to dry, I printed out some gauges from the good old internet and glued them in place. On top of it, a couple drops of UV resin, and bada bing bada boom, I had some decent looking gauges on my dashboard. I found these straight pins in my wife's sewing drawer and they look great as representation of switches. They're also great for the shift, especially with the glass bell on top. Now I painted the body first in silver and sprayed on top some candy red. And well, after some more detailing and just put all the parts together, I had my build ready for the photo booth. Now, enjoy the finished build. Alright, but that's all for this week. The most enjoyable part on this car was for me the weathering of the engine and the chassis. Well, I have to say, I'll be a little bit jealous about those military guys, because you know, those tanks and airplanes, they have a lot of surface to use all those fancy techniques that you wanna apply to it. Maybe in the future I'll build me some more armor stuff. Could be, we will see. Because it's really a lot of fun, all those little weathering techniques to explore. Well, anyways, you all have a fantastic week. Have always a nice build on your bench. I hope you have something to show with me and the rest of our little community. Not much more to say. See you. Bye bye, y'all.